MK Dons are real contenders for the top two over in League One, as Sunderland, the wheels seem to have come off. What's going to happen in the next round of matches? We'll get into it next. Another prediction video today. We look forward to match number 33 over in League One, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button to keep banging out today with all things League One related, Blackburn Rovers related, woo, football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one Rooski. That's right. Of course, the job hunt is still on over at the Stadium of Light, as of course they try to find the replacement for Lee Johnson, who's going to take over the reins. Of course, we might have an indication at the end of this. We'll never know. But of course, what's going to stop the likes of Rotherham and Wigan running away with it? But of course, what I can say is MK Dons are keeping the dream alive, sitting in third spot, level on points with Wigan. And of course, it all could change in the next round of matches, and we'll take a look at it in a minute. Of course, before that, a big shout out to my VIPs, they're the Patreons. Thank you for your love, and of course behind the scenes, and a big shout out to Shavan Hussein. We got the latest member of the Patreon gang, so well done to you, sir. If you want to join Shavan and the rest of the gang, check out the link down below, patreon.com/overseas, and join the gang of men and women down below. So let's get in the deep end then, shall we? Of course, take a look back at, of course, how we all got on last week. Just a handful of games here, just one full match day. That was, of course, midweek action. Let's see who benefited from it and who didn't. Take a look at, of course, Accrington Stanley. I even had a little comment saying, Accrington Stanley to beat Oxford. Yeah, bloody well right they did. 2-0 win in the end over Oxford United. They're awkward. They're an awkward little team, especially at home. They're going to grind it out. On the road, not so much. They'll win their home games, or at least get close to winning all of them. Their away games, not so much. But anyway, 2-0 win for them. 1-0 win was my pick. So yes, back the Accrington. Meanwhile, Cheltenham Town picked up a 2-1 win over Sunderland. I didn't think Sunderland would win that game, but of course I was right in that regard, but I didn't think they would lose it either. Meanwhile, Crewe Alexandra got battered by Plymouth. They're up to bloody 8th in the table. Of course, they're still in it. Schumacher's boys. Meanwhile, Doncaster Rovers picked up a loss against Ipswich Town. Also move up to 9th in the table. Gillingham, Neil Harris has got them believing it again. Down in the 22nd spot, but of course got a lot of work to do to get out of it in the end. Fleetwood Town, 1-1 draw against MK Dons, of course. 2-1 was my pick. Lincoln City, 2-1 over Morecambe. They're starting to climb the table as well. Meanwhile, Pompey against Burton Albion was a 2-1 win for the Crowleys to keep themselves back on track for the playoffs as well. Sheffield Wednesday, big winners over Wigan Athletic. I went with the 2-1 win. It was a 1-0 win as well. I'm looking good on that one, aren't I? Wimbledon did lose to Rotherham, of course. 1-0 win for them. Wycombe Wanderers could only muster a draw against Shrewsbury. And Bolton pick up a 2-1 win over Charlton, as well as they make a push, a conservative push for the playoffs. Take a look at the table right here, right now. As you can see, Rotherham, of course, 65 points. They're running away with it. However, Wigan do have 3 games in hand on them. And they've got 3 games in hand on MK Dons as well. Sunderland, of course, in a bit of trouble, but they still could make it. If they make the right call, if they're in the playoffs at the end of the season, they could still bloody make it. Maybe Rovers can kind of take a bit of optimism from the mess that is Sunderland. I know we don't deserve to be a Premier League team, and I know we're not should be talking about that now, but if Sunderland have a woeful bit of form and just hang on by the skin of teeth, and they're there in the 6th, they could still bloody well make it to the championship. Anyway, kicking off, Oxford in 5th and Wycombe are in 6th. Down the foot of the table, Doncaster, Crewe, Gillingham and Morecambe going down as it stands. We'll see how well all pans out, of course, after the next round of matches. Let's take a look at the prediction league then, shall we? Here you go. Take a bloody bow, Shane O'Donnell. Whoop, 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 whoop. Pennywise is second spot. A whole host of you is in 3rd. And a big shout out to the patrons as well, kicking ass and taking names. A lot of love and colour from the patrons over in League One. I do appreciate that, guys. Also, a big shout out to the leader here. And it's Deep at the Great, 46 points on the board. 57 is also in 2nd spot, with Shane O'Donnell and Shepherd kicking ass in 3rd. That's right, 3rd, brother. That's right, kicking ass and taking names. Take a look, of course, this is the link. If you want to get involved, it is free to enter, get in amongst it. And again, if you want to know the actual master leaderboard, patrons, it's over to you. Get out over there. Now, of course, this is the next round of matches. We have a bumper match day, and like I said, we're going to kick it off with match number 33, of course, and hopefully we're going to have all the data for you right here, right now. So kicking off forward with, like I said, a difficult team. That's Accrington Stanley at home against Crewe. Now, these two sides have played each other 16 times 2009. 8 was Accrington, 7 was Crewe, and 1 draw. Of course, Accrington just 1 win and 6 for them, 42% form. Up against the Crewe side, have lost 4 in the bounce, 25% form for them as well. Meanwhile, lost up each other in Accrington was a 1-0 win for Accrington. It's actually been back-to-back 1-0 wins for Accrington over Crewe. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture was also at Grusty Road. It was a 1-0 win for Accrington way back on August the 21st. Meanwhile, Accrington pick up a 2-0 win over Oxford. Crewe pick up a loss against Plymouth as well. The odds for this one is 11-8 on is your Accrington, 11-4 is your draw, and 7-2 is your away win. That's Crewe. 1-0 win for me. Just like before, it'll be a three-peat, a hat-trick of 1-0 wins at home for Accrington Stanley over Crewe. Kicking off order will be Burton Albion. They'll be taking on Cambridge right at the Pirelli. That's right. Played each other quarter miles 14 times 2005. 5 wins for Burton, 6 wins for Cambridge, and 3 draws. Just 1 win in 5 for Burton right now, 42% form up against the Cambridge side. Just 1 win in 6 for them, 25% form as well. Last time played each other over in the Pirelli was back in October 2020 within the EFL Trophy Southern. Crewe Page was a 4-2 win for Cambridge. However, last time played each other in the Pirelli in the league was a 3-1 win for Cambridge way back in October 2014. That was in League 2. The reverse fixture of this game was back in Cambridge, back in August. It was a 3-0 win for Cambridge as well. Kicking off forward, of course, Burton did lose to Pompey last round. Of course, Gillingham picked up a 1-0 over Cambridge last round. Look at the odds for this one then. Burton 20-17 on for the victory, 35 short and 3-1. Is your away win? Going to go with a 2-win for Burton on this one to take it to the house. Cheltenham Town up against Fleetwood Town. Of course, kicking ass and taking names over on the 12th of Feb. Played 5 times in 2012. 1 win for Cheltenham, 2 wins for Fleetwood and 2 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat the past 6 games for Cheltenham right now. 50% form up against the Fleetwood side. Just lost 1 to the past 6 as well, 50% form. Coming at you. Last time I played that over in Cheltenham was a 2-win for Fleetwood. That was, of course, back in April 2014 in League 2. The reverse fixture over in Fleetwood this season, of course, back in August, was a 3-2 win for Fleetwood as well. So back-to-back wins for Fleetwood and just 1 loss of the past 5 against Cheltenham Town. Cheltenham Town coming into this on the back of a 2-1 win over Sunderland. Fleetwood picking up a 1-1 draw against MK Dons. They've actually drawn 4 in the spin, have Fleetwood Town. Fleetwood Town coming to this, the odds for them, 11-4 for the victory, 21-20 is your Cheltenham, and 23-10 is your draw. I'm going with Cheltenham here with a 1-0 win for them. At home, back and get the 3 points, and of course, keeping the dream alive. Morecambe up against Gillingham in a relegation 6-pointer, of course, over at the I can't remember what the stadium's called. It's deceived me. The arena, the Globe Arena. That's what it's in there, guys. It's bloody in there. Played the 9 times 2008. 1 win for Morecambe, 5 wins for Gillingham, and 3 draws, of course. Morecambe just 1 win and 6 for them. 33% form up against the Gillingham side, who've won twice at the past 3. 42% form as well. Coming at you. Last round over at the Globe was a 1-1 draw back in March 2013. It was in League 2. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture over and Gillingham and Priestfields, I think. That was a 2-1 win for Gillingham, of course, back in August as well. Morecambe did lose to Lincoln, of course. Gillingham picked up a 1 over Cambridge. And have been back-to-back home clean sheets for them over in Gillingham. Meanwhile, the odds for this one, Morecambe 11-10 for the victory, 25 is your way win. That's Gillingham 12-5 is your draw. I'm backing Gillingham here, I think. 1-0 win for them. Of course, Neil Harris's boys. Is he the real bloody deal? Can he actually grind out a managerial career away from his beloved Millwall? Of course, he was a pretty reasonable success over there. Didn't do too well over Cardiff. And now this is his bounce back shot here. And I think if he can survive here, you know what? You've got yourself a new English lower league manager that's gonna start grinding. The new Warnocks, that kind of stuff. We need a new faces that get around the place, and he falls into that criteria. Meanwhile, kicking off order to be Lincoln City up against Wycombe Wanderers, of course. Lincoln have gone off the rails a little bit. Wycombe Wanderers, of course, trying to maintain their promotion bid. 16 times they played since 2004. 5 wins for Lincoln, 8 wins for Wycombe, and 3 draws. Of course, Lincoln came into this 1-3 lost 3 of the last 6, 50% form up against Wycombe side, who've lost the last 3 games. I'm winless in the last 3 games, 50% form as well. Last time played over in Lincoln was a 0-0 draw. That's back in August 2018 in League 2. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture, of course, in Wycombe this season at Adams Park was a 1-0 win for Wycombe way back on the 21st of August. Of course, Lincoln picked up a 2-1 win over Morecambe. Wycombe picked up a 0-0 draw against Shrewsbury. Back-to-back scoreless affairs for Wycombe heading into this one. The odds, though, 13-8 is your Lincoln, 31-20 is your Wycombe, and 12-5 is your draw. 2-1 win for Wycombe for me on this one to take it to the house. Kicking off forward, though, MK Dons, of course, making a push for top 2 here, up against Ipswich Town, who are making a push for the playoffs, of course, over the Stadium MK. Played each other 16 times since 1993, 2 wins for MK, of course, 8 wins for Ipswich, and 6 draws. Just 1 defeat the past 6 games for MK Dons, 75% form up against the Ipswich side, who've lost just once in the past 5, 67% form as well. Last night played each other over at MK was, of course, a 1-1 draw back in October 2020 in League 1. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture, of course, over at Portman Road was a 2-2 draw back in August this season. In fact, the last 3 games have all ended as a draw, and the home side hasn't won this game since 2016 when Ipswich beat MK Dons in the Championship 3-2 at Portman Road. Meanwhile, MK Dons pick up a draw against Fleetwood. Of course, Ipswich pick up a 1-0 win over Doncaster. Back-to-back clean sheets for them as well. Back-to-back 1-0 wins for Ipswich Town. Look at the odds for this one. We have MK Dons 23-20 for the Richie, 11-5 as your way, man, 12-5 as your. It smells like a draw for me. Going with a 2-2 on this one. In the end, point split right down the middle. Meanwhile, over at the Kazam, it's Oxford United taking on Bolton, and again, 2 teams that are in pretty decent form. Of course, Oxford coming to this 58% form, just 1 defeat the past 5 for them up against the Bolton Wanderers side, who are unbeaten in the last 6, of course, winning 5 and drawing 1, 92% form. However, they played each other 10 times in 1993. 1 win for Oxford, 5 wins for Bolton, and 4 draws, of course. Last time I played each other over at the Kazan was a 4-2 win for Bolton. That was in League One back in March 2017. In fact, Oxford haven't won the last 3 games against Bolton. In fact, the last time they did pick up a win was over in Bolton. It was a 2-0 win for Oxford in October 2016 on the road. The reverse fixture, of course, was a 2-1 win for Bolton in Bolton. That was back in August. Oxford picked up a 2-0 loss against Accrington Stanley. Of course, Bolton picked up a 2-1 win over Charlton last time around. Look at the odds for this one. 11-10 on is your Oxford, 25 is your draw, and 3-1 is your away win. I'm back in Oxford here, even though Bolton are, of course, red hot form. I think Oxford need a win if they're going to keep up their push for top 6. Again, kicking off order to be Plymouth. I'm against Shrewsbury, of course, down at home park. Is that what they call it? Of course, played each other 11 times. 2011, 6 wins for Plymouth, 2 wins for Shrewsbury, and 3 draws. Of course, Plymouth just won defeat past 4 for them, 42% form up against the Shrewsbury side. Have lost once in the past 6, 42% form, however, drawn 5 of the last 6, so they haven't won in the last 7. Meanwhile, coming at you, last time played each other at Plymouth was a 1-1 draw back in September 2020. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture at Meadow Park, Meadow Lane, Gay Meadow, whatever it is, 3-0 win it was for Plymouth way back in August. Plymouth picked up a 4-1 win over Crewe last time around. Shrewsbury picked up a 0-0 draw against Wycombe on this one. Let's take a look at the odds. 2019 on is your Plymouth, 11-4 is your away win, and 5-2 is your draw. Going to back Plymouth here, 2-0 win for them to keep it real and keep themselves in the mix. Kicking off already, Pompey up against Doncaster Rovers over at Fratton Park. Now, these two sides have played 16 times since 2010. 4 wins to Portsmouth, 7 wins to Doncaster, and 5 draws, of course. Portsmouth coming to this just 1 win and 6 for them, 25% form, up against the Doncaster side, who've won 2 and lost 3 of the last 5, of course, 33% form for them right now. Last time played over at Fratton Park, it was a 1-win for Doncaster. In fact, Doncaster unbeaten against Portsmouth over the last 3 games, picked up 2 wins and a draw to boot. Last time played each other, of course, was in Doncaster. It was at the Keep Milton back in August. It was a 0-0 draw as well. Pompey picked up 2-1 win over Burton last round at Fratton Park, of course, and Doncaster picked up a 1-0 loss over Ipswich. Look at the odds for this one then, shall we? We have Portsmouth coming at you 9-4 on for the victory, 6-1 is your long shots. That's Doncaster at 7-2 is your draw. 3-1 win for Pompey on this one to take it to the house. Sheffield Wednesday locking horns up against Rotherham in a bit of a top of the table crunch clash. Of course, Rotherham flying high. Sheffield Wednesday, of course, in a good bit of form themselves. Played each other 20 times since 2001. 9 wins for Sheffield Wednesday, 7 wins for Rotherham, and 4 draws, of course. Wednesday coming to this, winning 5 of the last 6, 83% form up against the Rotherham side, 100% form. Have actually won 6 on the spin. Meanwhile, last time played each other in Hillsborough was a 2-win for Rotherham. That was back in March 2021. That was, of course, in the Championship. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture at New York Stadium was a 2-win for Sheffield Wednesday way back in August this season, of course. Coming at you the Wednesday, picking up a 1-win over Wigan and back-to-back clean sheets. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4 clean sheets on the spin for Wednesday. They look the real deal. Meanwhile, Rotherham coming to this on the back of 1, 2, 3, 4 clean sheets as well. Smells like a 0-0 draw already. Of course, 21-10 is your Sheffield Wednesday, 13-10 is your away win, and 23-10 is your draw. 2-2. I've gone with a draw here. I might actually put a bit of money on that being a 0-0. That's right. Kicking off forward there, we have Wigan taking on Charlton, another zinger chicken dinner about that. Before all that, before we get into the meat of the matter, I'm going to go over here, right here in the big screen. Now, if you are a fan of any of the EFL League One teams and want to be on the show on Saturday watching your team from home. Now again, I'm focusing on guys who watch it on iFollow. Maybe you can't make the trip. Maybe you're in Doncaster and don't want to go to Pompey, and you've got a sneaky beaky access of a VPN or something like that, and you can't go, or you're bedbound, or you just want to you're staying at home, or if you're overseas and you're watching one of your clubs. Get involved with me down below in the comments section. Say, hey, I'm a fan of such and such, and I'd love to be part of the show. I'm trying to get a mega stream together with fans from each and every one of the League One teams, as well as League Two, as well as the Championship, in a Zoom room. I'm trying to make it a bit manic for myself, and of course, you'll be able to provide casual updates on the games as they go on. So kind of like Soccer Saturday, really, but with real fans and real passion. So if you're interested, let me know in the comment section, or better still, follow me on Twitter, direct message me and say, hey, I want to be part of the show, and I will get it all sorted out, because I've got a couple of days, really, to get you in. Until then, guys, let's get back in the deep end. Of course, have a look at the next round of matches, kicking all off with Wigan against Charlton over at the DW. Now, these two sides, of course, played each other according to my house 15 times in 2005, 6 wins apiece, and 3 draws, of course. Wigan coming to this unbeaten without a win in 4 games now, 50% form, because the Charlton side, who have lost twice in the past 6, 58% form, hot and cold right now at Charlton. Meanwhile, last time played each other at the DW was a 1-0 win for Charlton, I suppose, back in March 2021. The reverse fixture at the Valley was a 2-0 win for Wigan way back, of course, in August 2021 as well. That's match number 4. Wigan coming to this on the back of a 1-0 loss against Wednesday. They also lost against Stoke, so back-to-back scoreless affairs for Wigan. Meanwhile, Charlton coming to this on the back of a 2-1 loss against Bolton. The odds for this one then, shall we? We have Wigan 5-4 on for the 11-4 is your draw, and 10-3 is your away win on this one. That's Charlton. Tight one here. Going to go with the 1-0 win for Wigan on this one. Kicking off forward, we do have Wimbledon. They're going to be taking on Sunderland, of course. Managerless Sunderland still at this time of recording. They played each other 6 times in 2018. 5 wins for Sunderland, nothing with Wimbledon, and 1 draw. Sunderland coming to this 25% form, haven't won in the last 12 games. Meanwhile, Sunderland just 1 win and 6 for them, 25% form for them as well. Last time fixture, of course, over in Wimbledon. Plough Lane was a 3-0 win for Sunderland. That was back in January 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, was a 1-0 win for Sunderland way back at the Stadium of Light when Lee Johnson was in charge back in August. Meanwhile, Rotherham picked up a 1-0 win over Wimbledon last time around. Of course, Cheltenham beating Sunderland last time around as Sunderland coming to this on 3 defeats on the spin. Look at the odds for this one. What do we have on this one? We have Wimbledon 5-2 for the 25 is your draw. 21-20 is your Sunderland. They should win this one, even though I don't think they'll have a manager at this point, but I think they'll win it 2-1 win on the road to take it to the house. Kicking it forward, we have going into the extended match day now. These are the midweek games, so make sure you get in amongst it. Of course, Lincoln City taking on Doncaster Rovers. Bit of a lower league table crunch clash this one. Now they play each other 10 times since 2003. 2 wins to Lincoln, 6 wins to Doncaster, and 2 draws. Of course, scheduled to take place on the 15th of Feb. Lincoln winning 3, losing 3 of the last 6. Doncaster picked up 2 wins in the past 6 games for them, 33% form as well. Last time I played over in Lincoln, it was a 1-0 win for Doncaster. That was back in January 2021. Around about this time last season, of course, the reverse fixture was back in November in Keepmoat. It was a 0-0 draw as well. Lincoln pick up a 2-1 win over Morecambe. Doncaster losing to Ipswich, and of course they will be playing in the weekend as well. Got no odds on this one, I don't think I've got any odds. No, I'm going to go with my gut. My gut says a 2-1 win for Lincoln to bounce back and maybe make a surge up the table as, of course, the season comes to a close. Kicking off a double home match week for Burton Albion, of course, at the Pirelli, taking on Bolton Wanderers, another battle of the bees. That's right. Now these two sides are scheduled to take place on the 15th of Feb, post Valentine's Day. 6 times they've played 2005, 4 wins for Burton, 2 wins for Bolton, and it's actually two draws, no wins for Bolton, of course. 1 win in the past 5 for Burton right now, 42% form up against Bolton side, who look good. 5 of the past 6, of course, and they have a zinger game though, don't they? Up against who are they taking on? They're taking on Oxford, of course. Last time picture over at the Pirelli, it was a 2-2 draw back in March 2020 in League One. The reverse fixture, of course, in Boundary Park or the Reebok, whatever, was back in September 2021. It was a 0-0 draw as well. So back-to-back draws here. In fact, the home side's only won once in the past 6 games. That was when Burton beat Bolton in the Championship back in April 2018. Meanwhile, Burton pick up a 2-1 loss against Pompey. Bolton pick up a 2-1 win over Charlton. No odds. Tight one, draw myself. 1-1 right down the middle on this one. Kicking off forward, Wigan. Back-to-back home games for them up against Crewe. Bit of a northwest crunch clash on this one. Now these two sides are scheduled to take place also on the 15th of Feb. Now they're played the 14 times. 8 wins for Wigan, 5 wins for Crewe, and 1 draw. Of course, Wigan without a win in 4 now. Of course, we'll see if they get a win against Charlton midweek. Up against Crewe side, who also winless in 5, 25% form as well. Coming at you last time, over the DW, was a 2-0 win for Wigan. That was back in April 2021. In fact, the home side has only lost once in the past 6 between these two sides, and that was when Wigan beat Crewe in Grusty Road in the EFL Trophy knockout stage way back in October 2015. Meanwhile, Wigan picking up a 1-0, and in fact, the last time played in the DW was a 2-0 win for Wigan back in April 2021. That was last season. They haven't done the reverse fixture yet. They have also played each other, though, in the EFL Trophy Northern Group C at Crewe. It was a 2-0 win way back in October, so they'll have to play each other another time before the season comes to a close. Meanwhile, Crewe did lose to Plymouth last time around, and Wigan did lose to Wednesday last time around, but that was, of course, prior to this. Going to go with a 2-0 win for Wigan, though, on this one to take to the house. And then finally, it is Sheffield Wednesday. They're going to be taking on Accrington Stanley, of course. Difficult week for them, of course, for Wednesday. Of course, Rotherham first, Accrington Stanley next. Played just the one time since 2021. Of course, it was the reverse fixture. That was in Accrington, and it was a 3-2 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Wednesday, though, come to this 5 wins in the past 6, 83% form. Accrington Stanley just 1 win at the past 6, 42% form as well. Accrington picked up a 2-0 win over Oxford last time around. Meanwhile, Sheffield Wednesday picked up 1 win over Wigan, of course, and we already talked about the clean sheet record. And of course, Accrington will be a tough old boot to knock out, but I don't think they'll get the win here. 3-1 win for Wednesday, and of course, keeping the dream alive for playoffs, if not more than that. That's, of course, my take on it. Be sure to get your own take on it. Cutley/League One. And of course, if you think you are a League One expert and want to get involved in content creation, not necessarily this weekend, but of course, the Grand Master Plan. I'm trying to find EFL experts to maybe come in as a cameo and, of course, take over the show next season, so I can ease up the workload and, of course, focus on deeper line and context. Of course, it's a win-win. It's, of course, give yourselves a bit of exposure yourselves, a chance for you to make a bit of pocket money. Of course, boost your own channel if you are looking to improve the numbers. But of course, if you're interested, let me know. Or just try and get yourselves involved in content creation. You could start here. I'm your Jedi Knight. You can be my Padawan. That's right. Until then, guys, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. See you soon for the next one, of course, whenever that is. Of course, it'll be after the midweek games. Until then, we're done for now.